Hi guys, I'm gonna make a short little bonus video today to show you the three states of matter that water could be in. Okay, we learned about them a little bit this morning. We have a solid, a liquid, and a gas. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to change the states of the water that we have. So the first type I have here is our solid, which you can't really see, but take out. I have ice cubes, okay? I have ice cubes. Now, ice cubes are water in its solid state. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to change these, okay? I'm going to leave these ice cubes in this bowl on the counter, okay, in my warm apartment. So I need you guys to predict or take a guess. What do you think is going to happen to my ice when I leave it on the counter in my warm apartment? What do you think is going to happen? Tell me. Okay, what is it going to change into? Okay, so we're going to see, okay, right now it's ice. I'm going to leave it on my counter, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Oh, I also forgot to say, so the difference, remember, between the different states, ice is our solid state. It's hard, right? It's hard. And it doesn't take the shape of its container. Like right now, it's still a square. Even if I put it in this bowl, it still stays in a square shape. It doesn't change shape to fit the bowl. So I'm going to leave this on the counter in my warm apartment, and we're going to see what's going to happen to our solid ice. Now, our next type is going to be a liquid. Okay, I have two ice cube trays here that I'm going to fill. Now, remember, our liquid is the type of water that comes out of our sink. So I'm going to just move this down so you can see it. I'm going to take water out of the sink, okay, and I'm going to put it in our ice cube tray. And this water now is going to take the shape of the ice cube tray, okay, because it changes shape depending on what I put it in. Right now, it is a Hello Kitty shape, okay? And now I'm going to put it in this container. Okay, so now this water is a liquid right now, and it's taking the shape of the ice cube, so it's making these rectangle shapes. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I am going to put the ice cube trays with our liquid water into my freezer. Okay, now let's think, are freezers hot or are freezers cold? Well, freezers are cold, right? So we're going to try to change this liquid water into something else. So I want you guys to try to take a guess or make a prediction about what you think is going to happen when I put this liquid water into the cold freezer. I'm going to do that right now, and then in a little bit we'll come take a peek at it and see what happens. So let me just put this in the freezer. And then in a little bit, we'll check on this and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to leave that for a little bit. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, we just thought about what happens when I leave my solid water on my ice on the counter when it's warm, and when I put my liquid water in the freezer where it's cold. Well, I'm going to do one more thing with our liquid water. I'm going to heat it up, okay, because we haven't done that yet. So I'm going to put water in this pot, okay, and as you can see, again, because it's a liquid, it's taking the shape of the pot I'm putting it in, so it's taking the shape of this pot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the stove, okay? So you have to think, do stoves make things hot or do stoves make things cold? You tell me, what do they do? They make things hot, right? Okay, so I'm going to put it on the stove. I'm going to heat it up. I just noticed, guys, look, you can actually see our class picture in the background. I have it on the fridge. So I'm going to heat this up, okay, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what this liquid water changes into. So I'm going to turn on the stove. I'll move it it so you can see it. So I'm heating this water up on the stove, okay? Oops, you really can't see that so well. So I'm going to turn this off for a sec because this is going to take forever. I'm not going to make you sit there and watch the water boil. But I'm going to come back in a little bit and we'll see what happens. So I want you guys to make a prediction what is going to happen while we leave the water. Our liquid water, when we heat it up, what is going to happen to it? So I want you to make a prediction or a guess, and we'll come back and see what happens. Okay, so our water is finally starting to boil. So again, remember, I put liquid water in this pot, and now I'm heating it up on the stove. So we're going to see what happened now when I heat the water up. Let's see. We're gonna get, did you see that? We now have, it's gonna be a little hard to see on camera, but we have steam coming out of our pot. Do you see that? That stuff that's rising up out of the pot is steam. Okay, now steam is a gas, okay? So we changed, oops, there was my finger, sorry guys. We changed our liquid water into steam, which is a gas, by heating it up on the stove. So that is how we can change water from a liquid to a gas, is by heating it up. Okay guys, so I have left our liquid water in my cold freezer now for quite a while. I can't tell you exactly how long, but I wanted to show you that our water in the ice cube tray is no longer liquid, okay? It is now a solid, okay? It has turned into a solid, which is ice, okay? Because when liquid water gets colder in the freezer, it freezes. That's why they literally call it a freezer, okay? It makes things cold. It freezes them. So it froze our liquid water into ice. I'll show you the other one. So our water is no longer liquid. It's now a solid, okay? So that's what happens when we make liquid water cold. It freezes, turns into a solid, which is ice. I can even show you. I'll pop out one of the ice cubes so you can see it. Easier said than done. Okay, there we go. So here is our ice that we made, okay? So that's what happens when water freezes from a liquid. It turns into a solid. Now, the opposite happened. If you remember, we had a bowl of ice. Okay, my bowl of ice now is no longer ice, okay? It's back to liquid water. Because when we have a solid and we heat the solid up, the ice melts, okay, and turns into liquid water. I don't know if you can really see it. It's hard to see in the bowl. But, so now also, if you remember, my ice was shaped like a cube, okay? But now the liquid water has taken the shape of the bowl, okay? Because now it's a liquid, and liquid takes the shape of whatever it's being held by. So that is how I changed my water from a solid to a liquid, was I heated it up by leaving it out in my warm apartment, and it changed to a liquid. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the 3 different states of matter, which were gas, like we made on the stove, okay, liquid water, like what comes out of the faucet, and the solid ice that we can make with the freezer. So bye guys, I'll see you tomorrow.